Hello there, and welcome to another Starfield ship review video. In today's video, we're going to be looking at the Varun Revelation. And as the name suggests, this is a vessel that is operated by the Varun Zealots, with the one of the religious factions. Well, the Zealots are they're the extremists of said religious factions. But yeah, it's a pretty cool ship. Just looking at the parts, it seems like a mix of Shroud Eklund, mainly. I don't know if it's based off of another ship. A lot of these enemy faction ships, they just kind of steal an already existing ship and modify it. But this looks entirely new. Anyway, let's get into the stats. So it's got fuel to 560. It's got a hull of almost 1050, 1047 to be exact, which is really, really good hull. This thing can brawl with the best of them, even when its shields are down. It's got cargo capacity of 1500, which isn't amazing. If you're planning on flying this ship or making it your go-to, I'd recommend either having an outpost to store all your stuff or adding some extra cargo. There looks like there's a couple of spots you could slap some extra cargo on, but obviously it's going to increase the weight. Anyway, moving on. So it's C-class reactor with 27 power, which is pretty decent. I want to say that the max reactor for C-class is 40 potentially. So having 27 isn't entirely bad. It's got a crew of 4, a jump range of 26 light years, which is really good. The max jump range is 30, so we're only 4 light years short. And there's very few systems in the game that require 30, so with this 26 jump range, you can jump to, I'd say, 99% of systems. It's got a 900 shields, which is really, really good shields. The max shields you can get on a C-class is 1600, so just having almost 1000 shields is pretty good. That, tied with the hull, you're going to be pretty tanky. It's got 3 sets of weapons: laser, ballistic, and missiles. As you can see, the laser weapons are on the wings at the back there. It's got a single ballistic on the right side on the top, or the starboard I should say, which looks like a railgun or a Gauss gun. And then on the opposite side is a missile launcher. Anyway, let's get into looking at it. So as you can see here, it has a really cool... It looks black with a kind of a green metallic. Now, I could be colorblind and you guys might be like, no, that's just black, you're an idiot. Which is fair. But to me, it looks like it has a kind of a green sheen to it, which is really cool because the faction, the Varun, they believe that there's a great serpent out there that's their god and they're looking for it. So having the green kind of metallic sheen just plays well to their faction. Also, I love the use of the HopeTech radiators. It adds nice aesthetic, or greebling as the term is when you're making little model ships or model anything. Really, really cool. It just kind of lifts the hull and kind of separates the flatness of those Shroud Eklund curves. But yeah, let's enter. So entry is in the front under the bridge, which is really, really nice. Straight in, no messing around. We've got a nice large, I believe this is, we'll do a teardown at the end of the video, but I believe this is Deimos. I'm almost 90% sure this is Deimos. Deimos has that kind of specific shape. Alright, so let's board it. So immediately we are greeted by a... Okay, let me close this door for a minute so I don't confuse that. This is a 2x1 berth, I believe, or a living quarters. We'll know for definite once we do a breakdown, but it's one or the other. You got some crew space here where they can sleep, they can cook. Obviously, you got the ladder there. We've got the bridge there, but we'll go check that in a minute. Kind of unusual, straight in, you're at the bridge. I suppose that's convenient. We've got a ladder up there. We'll check that in a moment. Past this room, we have a captain's quarter, I believe. Or it could be an all-in-one berth. I'm gonna say it's an all-in-one berth just because there's no nav table, but it's still nice. You got some seating there, some more seating. You got a coffee maker. And then we have these two. We have a door to the left and door to the right. We're going to go in here. And we have this just a 1x1. We got a nice view of the ground. No view above, though, sadly. And then I'm assuming the opposite side is going to be the exact same. Yep, another 1x1 storage area with a window down below. And then behind here, we have another 1x1 that leads to nowhere. Interesting. So now we're gonna go down a level.
Well, hello, sunshine.
Hello there. We are in an infirmary. Nice. I like seeing infirmaries on ships. This ship is a lot bigger than I thought. Very long. So you got an infirmary here where the crew can just chillax, and then back behind the infirmary we have another all-in-one berth, or no, this is living quarters. I'm like 90% sure this is living quarters. Just because usually you can tell, because living quarters have like more than 2 beds, and this is 3. But like I said, we will check at the end. And then I don't think there's anything else.
Don't you think?
I got my crew all wearing UC outfits just because we're nice in ship shape. So that's all that there. And then we have another level up here, which is just oh. So 1x1 ladder up to the 1x1, and then we have an armory here, which is quite nice. You can store all your weapons. Just be careful with these rooms, just if you're ever... That's actually a good part, a good gun. If you're ever storing stuff in these containers, and then you modify your ship, the weapons will... I don't know if they get, like, deleted or they get moved to storage, but just be careful. Make sure if you're storing items on your ship to save beforehand. And then we've got the docking port up there, so you can board up the ships. And then behind that we have a 1x1 storage room with a really nice view of the back of the ship. Alright. I'm surprised how much is on this ship. They can definitely fill up. We got another ladder or window up there. So now if we drop back down and we head towards the bridge, we have this amazing Shroud Eklund bridge with the pilot seat in the middle. You got your co-pilot there, navigator there, and then you've got these 2 side seats for weapons officers or just whatever. It's really, really nice. And then you've got storage is there. So you can got your cargo hold there, and then you've got this little storage captain locker. Just want to store some stuff in there. Alright, so let's take it off. Fly it into space. It's a really cool design, as you can see. Like, it's obviously got that Shroud Eklund look, but a lot of Shroud Eklund ships are very compact. They don't really expand outwards, so those like Nova Galactic wings on the end, even though they're quite small, it gives it a little bit of a nicer profile. Let's take her off and do the pips test. So just looking at the power, looks like we'll have more than enough power. They are some massive engines. I believe they are the best C-Class engines you can get, or one of the best. I'm hoping this thing moves with some purpose. We shall see. So it looks like with the pips, we have more than enough pips.
Stay in orbit or jump.
Okay, so we have almost enough. So I have a perk here for transparency. This perk here in the science that gives me 5 extra power. So for that, we're going to take that into consideration. So without leaving 5 power available, we have just enough for everything. We're missing 1, so we can just... I normally leave the laser out if I was going to, just because, you know, you don't use your laser as much as other weapons. Do a quick weapons test. The lasers are turreted. Ballistic. Yep, that's a Gauss rifle. And then missile, singular missile. We'll do a quick speed test. So, got a base speed of 150. Boost speed of 450, which is really nice. We're going to do a quick pitch. I'd say the pitch is about average. not extremely slow, not extremely fast. We'll do a yaw. Okay, and we're gonna do a roll. Roll is kind of slow, but then they always tend to be. So yeah, all in all, it's a decent ship. We're gonna really quickly jump now, and I'll show you the interior components. Alright, so here we are in the shipwright. So before we tear it down, I just want to give a brief explanation of how you find this vessel. So like most of the enemy faction ships, you can't simply buy them. You have to come across them and fight them and then disable and board them. So if you're looking for this ship or any of the enemy ships, the best thing to do is jump to a system that's outside of the settled system. When they're outside the settled system, it means you're less likely to come across like friendly NPCs. And then find a system and then just jump between the planets, so like do in-system jumps. And then every time you jump to a new location in that system, a random event can happen. It could be an NPC asking you for stuff. It could be an NPC talking to you. It could be getting attacked. And then you just keep doing it until you get attacked by the Varun. And then when you see this ship, take out its escorts, disable it, and then board it. And there you go. There's your ship. So let's do a quick teardown. So we have a Viking CP200 cockpit. Directly under that, yeah, I knew we had a Deimos. And then on the top, we'll remove this. We have a 1x1 Shroud Companionway. We have a 2x1 Shroud Armory. We have a small little Deimos Slim Docker. We have a Hope Tech storeroom. A lot of different builders on this ship. And then on the second floor, we have another Hope Tech storeroom. We have a Nova Galactic living quarters. We have a Shroud all-in-one berth, a 2x1. A Nova Galactic infirmary. A Nova Galactic all-in-one berth. A Nova Galactic storeroom. And another Nova Galactic storeroom. So that appears to be everything. We'll do a quick once over again. We've got a Nova Galactic 1x1 storeroom. Nova Galactic all-in-one berth 2x1B. Another Nova Galactic storeroom. Shroud all-in-one berth 2x1A. Nova Galactic infirmary 2x1. Hope Tech storeroom 1x1. Another Hope Tech storeroom. Nova Galactic living quarter 2x1. Deimos 100 DP Slim Docker top. 120 LD landing bay from Deimos. A Viking CP200 cockpit from Shroud Eklund. A Shroud 1x1 companionway. And a Shroud armory 2x1. As for the weapons, we've got two Blaze P2G WSX pulse laser turrets by Lightsight. That's a mouthful. They need to get their marketing team to find a better way to name those. We've got, the Gauss gun, an MKE-4A auto Gauss gun by Ballistic Solutions. And then a CE-49 missile launcher by Ballistic Solutions. And then we've got a GA-50 Gamma Grav Drive. Jump range of 34, pretty decent. We've got a reactor here. A Pinch 6Z reactor from Jiang, I believe. 27 power. We've got some Tayo pinpoint landing gear here and here. And then we have these big Supernova 2000 engines from Relodyne. Two of these big boys. And then we have the 400G HE fuel tank by Ballistic Solutions. So yeah, that appears to be everything. We've got actually more fuel tanks underneath. I apologize. But yeah, that's the teardown of the ship. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Thanks for watching.